This is topic B on page 108, performing calculations in a query. At times, you may need to display values that are not actually in your database, but that can be calculated as needed based on values in your database. In many instances, you will need to perform calculations on the data stored in your database. For example, the database might contain the unit price for a product and the number of products sold. In this case, you don't need to store the subtotal in another field because you can simply multiply the unit price by the number sold. A calculated field can produce the value without having to store it. Calculated fields can be included in queries, forms, and reports. So suppose I create a new query in Design View, and from my table inventory, I want to add the fields of product code, units in stock, and let's say retail price. And I want a field that shows the inventory worth of stock that I have, so the price of what my stock's worth. So that would be the units in stock multiplied by the retail price. So using these two fields, I could create a calculated field. To do this, I would go to my first empty field to the right of retail price, and right on this first cell, I would right-click and select my build option. And this opens up my expression builder. And I can use my fields that I have in my design view, and I can use, so this is in query 1. Oops, it's not coming up. Hold on, I might have to save this first. Let me save my query. We'll do example 2. Let's try this now. Right click and build. There we go. Just needed to save it first. Now when I select query example 2, I have my fields listed here, those 3 that I added. So for this calculated field, I want to take units in stock. I can double click that and it will bring it up into my expression builder. And then I would need what we call our arithmetic operators. These are what action you're performing. Your plus sign, your minus sign, your asterisk for multiplication, your forward slash for division, and then we have a caret for exponents as well. So since I'm multiplying, I can type in my asterisk, just using my keyboard, or I could also go to my operator section down here and it will list them, and I can double click that to bring it to the top. So I'm taking units in stock multiplied by the, what was that, retail price. So I would need to go back to my query example 2 to show my fields, double click retail price, and now that's up in my expression. So units in stock times retail price, that's going to be my new calculated field. So now when I go to run this, it shows my product code, my units in stock, my retail price, and it shows what my inventory is worth for those particular products. But you can see up at the top, my expression 1. That's the default column name that I gave it. That's not really telling me what this means. So I would want to go back and rename that particular column. So I can right click and go back into Design View. And remember, I can use my Zoom dialog box to see this further. So right click on that, select Zoom. Now you can see EXPR1, expression 1, then I have a colon. Everything before the colon is going to be the column name. So I can delete that expression 1 and I can name this whatever I want. So maybe I would want to do inventory worth, just for example. Click OK. Now, just before I run this, maybe I wanted this column positioned right after product code, between product code and units in stock. I can rearrange my fields down in my design grid. I would want to first click in this very narrow gray bar right at the top here, right above inventory worth. Single click that, and the whole field will turn black. Bring your cursor away for a second, whoops, and then bring it back until you get that white cursor. Again, you want it right above the name of it, inventory worth. Then what you want to do is you want to click and hold down your left mouse button and drag it across. And as you're dragging it, you get that black bar of where your field is going to end up. And you can just let go of your mouse button and it will drop into place where you're currently located. So now I can run this query again, and you can see I get the new name now, and also it's been placed between product code and units in stock. All right, your last activity. Your next activity will be activity 3-4 on page 109.